Fala galera, aqui quem fala com vocês é o Xnelo. Estamos aqui para o sexto episódio de Tell Me Why, que tá, cara, cada vez mais emocionante esse negócio aqui, hein? Então, bora!
Here we
Acho que
are.
agora a gente finalmente vai confrontar a Tess. Vamos ver, né? A gente vai no cemitério, eu acho, se eu não me engano.
Thanks for letting me hitch a ride over.
No problem. You sure we can't drive you back?
Nah, you're like stretching my legs. It isn't far. And anyway, can't put the wind in a bottle.
All right.
Veris Gódio.
Tessa should be at her parents' grave, not far from the entrance. Look for a big crooked tree. You can't miss it. I'm gonna go check in with my uncle. Good luck. For real.
Ah, né? Então, bora lá.
You look pretty spooked.
I've never been a big fan of cemeteries, especially after, you know.
I promise after this we can chill at the house. Cool?
Então, a gente tem que ir até a árvore torta.
So, do you ever come back?
Keep it down.
Better?
Much.
Why do people always feel like they have to whisper in cemeteries?
I don't know. Probably just a mirror neuron thing.
A what?
Monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah. Anyway, have you been back here at all? Since the funeral?
Cadê a memória?
I've never had a reason to,
Aqui.
thankfully.
Mom, why do we always come here?
Does it bother you?
No, it's just weird because we don't know any of these people. I mean, except Eddie's mom.
It never hurts to say hello.
Because they're very lonely.
That's right, sweetie. And sometimes, even if you can't see them, they stay with you. In here. Always here.
Mom?
Always.
Mom.
She loved us. A lot, but sometimes it was like loving us hurt her.
Do you think she was just really scared of losing us?
Alguma coisa deu ruim, né? Isso quer dizer.
Well, here's the crooked tree, but no Tessa.
Let's check around for her parents' grave, just to make sure this is the right spot.
Guess again.
Tá, só olha e não faz nada, entendi. Então vamos pro próximo aqui.
Not this one.
Robin Becker.
De Leon.
That's the one.
Don't tell me we missed her.
Hello, Mr. Eagle.
Kids,
Eita.
it's time.
Opa, tem uma memória aqui. Ué, tinha uma memória aqui. Eu. O que tinha visto ali?
You really have to go, Eddie?
You can hold my hand if you want.
I can walk fine on my own.
It'll be quick, okay? Then we'll get something to eat.
The day of the funeral. I barely remember it.
That's probably for the best.
Wait, is this the one we called the Big Crookedy?
The exact one.
Why didn't we call it Gnarl's Branching? Total missed opportunity.
Because we weren't hip to basketball back then? Or CeeLo Green?
Lost in the chaos of history. What's that mean?
Vamos ver
Not
todos
sure.
aqui, né?
But Michael should know.
Rizzo Salazar. Yassi. Ali, ela ali, ó.
When did Michael's uncle die?
Last year. It was really hard on him. He's still feeling it. Long time no see. Do you want some company?
Come on over. Make yourselves comfortable.
Senta.
So, how are you?
Is this a bad time?
With you? Never.
Don't mind me. I'm not really here.
Hey, I get to see your ugly mug almost every day. You're old news, lady.
You wound me. Deeply.
So, can I help you guys out somehow?
Hey, can I ask you something about this place?
Yeah, shoot.
What's the story behind the Clinkett Memorial?
May the memory of our dearly departed never be lost in the chaos of history.
That was Uncle William.
Lost in the chaos of history?
Well, let's say you wanted room for a school or a road and didn't give a shit about ethics. Easy. You just dug up our ancestors. That shit happened a lot.
God. Assholes.
Yeah. And I mean, it still happens, but not as much. We have the elders to thank for that.
Vamos ver. Ué. Não consegui apertar não aqui. Agora foi.
What's the story behind the Clinkett Memorial?
May the memory of our dearly departed never be lost in the chaos of history.
Eu peguei o mesmo, né?
That was Uncle William.
Lost in the chaos of history?
Well, let's say you wanted room for a school or a road and didn't give a shit about ethics. Easy. You just dug up our ancestors. That shit happened a lot.
God. Assholes.
Yeah. And I mean, it still happens, but not as much. We have the elders to thank for that.
Vou parar de te encher,
I'll
né?
stop bugging you now.
Well, I'm here if you're ever curious.
Vamos se desfalar. Não quero saber do tio do cara, velho.
Talk to you later.
You bet.
Só isso?
So, how are you,
As pernas.
holding up?
Everything's such a mess. I thought we'd almost be done packing by now. I'm so ready to put this place behind us. At least Mr. Hollywood Handsome over there is good company.
Funny how you never mentioned what your brother looked like before he got into
Do you remember where she is?
No. For what it's worth, I remember.
Allison, please.
I'm not going.
Allison,
Well,
come back.
only a few steps in, I'm already starting to regret
Só isso?
this. Yeah.
Nossa, que bagulho
I
sinistro
hoped
essa
this
porra
would
aí,
be
mano.
easier than last time. Totally gone.
Caraca.
At least this time no one's sending me away.
I'm holding you to that. Afterwards, you and I had a moment over there.
Aquele
by the
totem,
totem,
né?
right? I wonder if we could see that.
Doesn't hurt to check.
You think Snowball still lives in there?
Snowy owls only tend to live about 10 years.
Oh, rest in peace, Snowball.
Que isso? Que bicho é esse? Degolaram o bichinho ali, né? Caraca.
Ty,
This is it. Right.
She's gotta be here somewhere.
Acho que
Ah,
tem
this
urso aí, né? Só pode. É. Só não tem um avião aí, né? Mas tudo bem.
This might take a while.
Acho que é esse, hein? É. Coitados.
Allison.
Is that her?
What the hell was going on with you? What? Broke?
Why didn't you say anything? We were your goblins. You didn't have to do it all alone.
Tessa?
Kids, I
Ela
wasn't
dropou ali.
expecting to see.
Simplesmente falou: é bom, tô aqui.
What are you?
Tipo Goku assim, né?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Feeling a little guilty, maybe?
Acho que sim, né?
When we pass on, our graves are all anyone has to remember us by. Letting hers just fall apart would be cruel. I'm not a cruel person.
Cruel enough to call social services on our mother.
I wanted to protect you. Marianne was getting worse all the time. I was afraid that if things kept going the way they were, then one day...
We were going to end up dead?
No, I won't do this again. I refuse to be held responsible for her choices.
Marianne was fine until you reported her.
Fine. She was getting by on handouts for years. There are only so many times you can show up high to a generous offer of employment. Assuming you show up at all. In the end, she isolated herself from everyone. She was alone and out of options.
She had us, until you threatened to have us taken away.
I couldn't let her drag you down with her. She had you stealing for God's sake. Your mother never wanted to be a part of this community. She always thought she was better than the rest of us. A spoiled little girl playing fairy princess in the woods. If she just settled down with someone instead of running around with married men, well, just ask Sam Kansky how much better that would have been for everyone.
Wait, what?
Oh God.
What happened between them?
I wasn't thinking. Please, just forget I said anything.
Tessa!
All I know is whatever went on, Laura left Sam over it. But I shouldn't have said anything about that. I promised I wouldn't. I'm sorry, kids.
Não, cara. Você fez o que podia. Ela tentou ajudar, né, cara?
You were worried. And you did what you thought you had to. Get it? We both do. The situation was so fucked that, well, there probably wasn't a good answer.
Thank you. No. I could have done more. Marianne was fragile. She needed help, and I failed her. It's my fault. She's gone.
Todo mundo abandonou ela, né? Na verdade.
I know
Esse
I've
que é o
made
problema.
mistakes.
Mas,
All
cara,
I
a
can
gente
do
não sabe ao
now is
certo
say
o que
that I'm
aconteceu,
sorry.
né? Na
If I
vida,
could give you
na vida
back
deles,
your
né?
mother, I would. I don't deserve your forgiveness, especially yours, Tyler. But if there's a place for me in your lives, I'd like to be there.
I have to know something first. Are you good with who I am?
I've been thinking about that since you came home. I believe that my life is better for having lived it by God's word. But I also believe we don't always understand what he's saying to us. I pray for guidance, and seeing you standing here in front of me, such a strong and thoughtful young man, I think I have his answer.
That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Tessa, I know the last couple of days have been hated. I'm up for a fresh start if you are, but it's not really up to me. Tyler?
Verdade. Não. Putz. Dá Y aqui.
Are you really ready to forgive her?
I think she regrets what she did. But I totally understand if you don't want to see her anymore. It's your call.
Eu decido. Eu tô perguntando. Vamos ver o que ela fez pra ela mudar de ideia.
I thought you couldn't stand her. What happened?
She did the only thing she thought she could. I can relate to that.
Então chega de afetar os outros,
I'm done losing people. And if we can't let
Ele
people
fica
grow,
muito
then
um
what the hell
gosta,
kind
outro
of
odeia. Um
chance do we
gosta, outro
have?
odeia. Não.
Thank you. Both of you. Kids, I never knew your mother's whole story, but it was obviously very painful. She always said you two were the only good luck she'd ever had. I'm going to try harder to forgive her. I hope you can as well. If you two are in town tomorrow, come by the cafe. Lunch is on me.
There gonna be coconut cake on the menu?
You know, I think there just might be. I'll see you two tomorrow then.
We'll be there. Come on.
That was something, huh?
Yeah, it was.
I had pretty much given up on
Vamos
her.
lá. Pulou o
but I guess
episódio, mas vamos
sometimes people
continuar aqui,
change.
que eu acho que vai
I
ter
know.
mais coisa aqui no
I feel
cemitério.
like a total
Então,
ass
vamos
right
lá.
now. Looks like you could use a nap.
A nap? After today, I'm ready to
Não
hibernate.
tem nada pra
Maybe we could
pegar.
find the old bear's ice cave for you. You want to sit down for a bit?
A gente para, mas para de me bater, né? Vamos olhar essa paisagenzinha. Olha que
Not a
bonito.
bad view, right?
Yeah,
Até ela
I
concordou.
get now why they put cemeteries in nice spots. Takes a little bit of the sting off. Listen,
É.
I know this has been hard. I'm really grateful you saw it through with me. Fireweed was great, but there was no one really there for me like that, you know? You're the only one.
Hey, brothers and sisters, right?
But it's been way more brothers than sisters lately, which is why I'm trying to say thank you.
You really don't have to.
You saved my life, Allison.
Only for you to end up locked up in fireweed for the rest of your childhood.
Wait, are you still blaming yourself for that? Don't. It was my choice.
It's just... I stole your life, Tyler. And then I totally wasted it.
That's not true.
You're on your way to Denali.
Confus,
Michael's
né?
gonna
Mas
be a
agora fica
famous
se
chef. And what am I
perdoando, né?
doing?
Outra hora fica se arrebentando. Não
Nothing.
entendi. Acho que é coisa de irmão, né? Não tem mesmo?
You were just dealing with what happened the way that you needed to, alright? As soon as we figure this shit out, we're gonna sell the house, and you're gonna go to Juneau. You're gonna kick ass.
Juneau.
You make it sound so easy.
No. We never had a shot at easy. But we always pull through, right?
Yeah. You're right. Hey. Wherever Ranger Tyler ends up next, he better come down from the hills to visit us city folk every now and then. You hear?
For sure. And anyway, it's not gonna be for a while. We've got time.
Oh yeah, of course. We do. So I guess we know the story now, huh? Marianne was done with Delos, and Delos was done with her.
É.
Maybe she was too proud, but she worked so hard for so long, and when she reached the end of her rope, no one was there to help her. Not even Tessa or Eddie. And when she heard social services was coming, she
gave up. But killed her kids? Really? I don't know. It still feels like there's something missing.
Concordo.
Right?
Concordo com ele. Mas não os dois. A princípio, só ele ou ela. Não sei se ele é ela e ele. Se ele era ela, só que ele queria ser ele. E aí ele. Ah, não sei, cara.
It's probably always gonna feel that way.
É, galera, mais um episódio emocionante. É complicado, hein? Mas vamos nessa. Então aqui a gente encerra mais um episódio. Nos vemos no próximo, que provavelmente vai ser muito mais emocionante que esse. Então até lá, forte abraço. Falou!